Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Northern School of Art live virtual open event. You are joining us today in this fabulous costume studio, one of the costume studios, and we've got staff and students and alumni here who are going to introduce themselves very shortly. We're really pleased that you're able to join us, and we've got a good schedule of different talks from various lecturing staff. You'll also hear a bit later from our student services team and also Nicola in student finance. You also have the option to ask us live questions as part of the Q&A forum, which will be at the end of this event. You do have the option as well to submit questions as the open day is going on, and we expect it to last about an hour and a half. We really do hope you enjoy it. Please log into our website if you want to find any more information, or do get in touch with us. So now I'm going to hand you over to Gemma and the rest of the team, and they'll introduce themselves. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm a level 5 acting student. I'm the student governor and the communications officer of the student union.
Hi, my name is Adele Catchpole and I graduated from London School of Art in 2017 from the Textile and Service Design course, and I now run my own small independent business. So if you have any questions about life after being a student at the university, you can ask me at the end.
Hi there, I'm Olivia Watson and I am faculty leader for the visual arts area of the programme.
I'm Johnny Russell, I'm faculty leader for the stage and screen courses.
Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Harris, I'm faculty lead for postgraduate studies and costume and fashion.
And hi, I'm Pat Chapman. I'm vice principal here at the Northern School of Art, and bless you, you've got to listen to me for a little while if you want to. They start laughing because they all know I talk a lot. But that's because I'm really passionate about what we do here at the Northern School of Art. I think it's a shame that we can't meet face to face. We enjoy that. It's part of the joy of the job here, getting to know students and understand them, and starting that relationship early is something we really like to do. This is the next best thing, although we really do hope that soon the world will return to something like normal and we will be able to see you in person. But anyway, a bit about the Northern School of Art. We are one of a very small number of specialist art and design teaching institutions in the country. We're not a small place. We're roughly the same size as a large university's arts faculty in terms of the numbers of students we've got. And we have a nice small campus, which is partly in the Victorian old town of Hartlepool, surrounding the art gallery and very close to the railway station. And then we have really amazing modern studios at the other end of the street. So just 5 buildings, you can't get lost. We're a special place. What we do is about collaboration. It's about being a welcoming community. And it is very much about getting to know you as a creative, and therefore helping you to achieve your potential as a creative professional. And we try and treat you as a creative professional from the moment you join us, because that's what you are. And you will get opportunities to expose your work in the wider marketplace. You'll get the chance to perform, show, and be a professional whilst you're studying with us. We've got a really strong record for graduate employability. For 4 years in a row, our graduate employability 6 months after leaving us was 96% or more. That's amongst the very best of any institution in the UK for any subject. And our students, our graduates, go on to some really fantastic destinations. Just a few of them to throw at you. Lucasfilms, Disney, Channel 4, The Guardian, Visualsoft, which is an e-commerce company, EMAP Publishing House, Vogue, Netflix, BBC, Royal Shakespeare Company, Aardman Animation. We've got people who've gone to Pinewood. We have a designer working with Sipsmith's Gin. We've got people working on home and clothing with Asda, people working at IKEA, and at the higher end of the market, House of Holland. And many, many more destinations just like that, just as impressive, although you might not have heard of those companies, as well as students who've moved into teaching and who've moved into postgraduate learning after leaving us. Okay, we only do specialist creative degree courses and master's courses. So this is a creative community. You should check out what we do on the website because you get a lot more detail about us and you'll be able to see more student work. You'll be able to understand the journey that you can go on with us as a student in developing your practice or your art. Our students are encouraged to collaborate across our different programs of study. So for example, when we're doing stage productions, when Johnny's guys are involved in that, you'll end up working with actors, costume designers, set designers, script writers, and photographers doing stills, and graphics artists doing the promo work. That's the kind of collaboration that happens here. And we think, and we know that we offer the very highest quality teaching in creative subjects. Every year, the programs that we design and deliver to you are done in collaboration with people from the creative sector, both in terms of how we develop our programs of study and actually deliver them. So roughly 70 individuals from the creative sector come in and work with our programs every year. Some of those are very high profile, some of them less so, but they are all people who are active in the industry and understand the industry that they work in. So we have been TEF Gold, Teaching Excellence Framework Gold, since it started back in 2017, and the data that underpins that has been improving all the way through that period as well. So we're definitely gold. How do we achieve these results? Well, there's a number of different ways. Firstly, we do it by investing in our facilities. Because we are a specialist art school, that's all we are spending our money on. Great teaching, great facilities. So, for example, you have wonderful rooms like this. You have the sewing rooms that support the activity in here, the leather moulding, the felting facilities, the washrooms. You have an amazing state-of-the-art film and TV studio with full green screen capabilities. You can actually drive a bus in there, it's that big. Similarly, great photography studio facilities and workshop facilities across the campus covering the different disciplines. Also, for example, on photography, we run with not just digital, we have full darkroom facilities still because it's important to learn your craft. And we use the latest post-production editing facilities like Capture One Phase One, and you get the opportunity with us to actually get accredited in the use of that type of software, which is a real head start when you're going out into the world to work as a professional photographer. How else do we do it? Through support. Support for you as an individual, not just within your program of study, although we have dedicated members of staff that will support you academically, because we all know that creatives don't necessarily like all of the writing and all of the academic side that goes along with degree level study. We know that and we support you. We also, and you'll hear more about this later from our colleague Teresa, support you with any learning needs that you have. We have specialist counselling facilities. We'll look after you in the pastoral sense. I've already mentioned the fact that we've got really, really good contacts with industry. That goes through every aspect of how we teach. So you might, as a student here, end up getting critique back from someone like Amber Butchart, the TV fashion historian. We've got relationships with people like Patrick Grant from the Sewing Bee. He was meant to visit us earlier this year, but sadly, COVID got in the way of that. But he's promised to join us as soon as he can travel. You might end up working on the latest TV mega series. You might end up building Villanelle's head for a costume to show in Killing Eve, because that's what happened to one of our students. You might, before you leave us, end up already doing a weekly piece in the Guardian newspaper. Again, that's happened with our students. You get excellent contact time here at the Northern School of Art. You'll get, in each of your 3 years of study, a minimum of 16 hours of contact time per week. Plus, our studios are open, our workshops are open, and we have got those staffed during the working days so that you can get access to the kit you need. So, the other way that we support you is through helping you to realise your professional desires and aims. We run a specialist employability service. It's not a careers service, it's an employability service. It offers coaching, mentoring, and small group work to help you develop your ideas for after you leave the university. It helps you to prepare yourself in terms of pitching for business, preparing to establish yourself as a small creative practitioner, maybe a freelancer, maybe working in business, but will also prepare you for working in larger companies. And we offer you very, very strong support if you want to move into postgraduate learning, or indeed into initial teacher training once you leave us. None of the students who've engaged with our employability service folio about those things have failed to get where they wanted to go. All of them have got onto the master's programme or the initial teacher training programme that they wanted to. So we've got a good record across the board of supporting our students and getting to know them. Most of us work on a first name basis here, although what they call me behind my back, I never found out. But we are friendly, we are a community, and that's the thing I want to stress. You might think that we're in a place which is small and not connected. It's not part of the creative world, being on the coast of northeast England. Sadly, you'd be wrong, sadly for you. We are in part of the world which is incredibly creative. The northeast has created Turner Prize winners. The Scott brothers, Ridley Scott and Tony Scott, studied in our institution here in Hartlepool and filmed their first films here. Blade Runner was inspired by the skyline just a mile or so down the road from here. This place is creative, but it's not creative just in the past. We're at the heart of a very, very vibrant creative community with festivals, with events, theatre, community arts, and we're right there at the heart, either supporting it, giving our students opportunities to work in those. Gemma's actually just been telling me about a project with our community that she's working on now, and she might even tell you about that if you ask her. But it's vibrant. We're half an hour down the road, from Newcastle, which has its nightlife and it has, again, an amazing arts scene. So, yeah. We're in a small place, but it's a well-connected place with a railway station literally on campus. You can almost hear the trains from here. So you can get there and you can get to other places in no time at all. I don't want to say an awful lot more because you want to hear from everybody else and hear about the programs of study. So I'll just say one thing. Choosing where to study is a really, really big deal. You've got to do your research. This is part of your research about finding the right place for you. We won't be the right place for everybody, and we accept that. But do think about us. Think about what it means to be part of this creative community, surrounded by fellow creatives you can collaborate with, not surrounded by people studying subjects you don't know. That makes us slightly different, we like to think. And the spirit of this place is certainly what we think makes us different and helps us to achieve, and more importantly, helps us to help you achieve what you want to do. I'm going to stop now, and you're going to be seeing some videos now. Firstly, Gemma is going to be on the next video, alongside Dan, who is our student liaison officer, and they're going to tell you a bit about student life. So thank you. I hope you enjoy this and find it useful. Cheers.
I came to the Northern School of Art because it's one of the only art unis in the North East, and I thought it was quite good that you could utilise all of the facilities, which isn't sort of present at other universities. You've got access to everything here, which I find quite good.
Going to Stuart Holmes illustration in the second year. And the Northern School of Art had it was more friendly vibe, and I enjoyed that compared to all the other commercial styles that the other unis were offering. Out of all the other unis I visited, this is most homely. I felt like it's more friendly to everyone.
The facilities here are great. They've got all top of the range equipment, and you can use any of the facilities whenever you want. Really, it's really flexible. The staff are really great, really down to earth, but they have a wealth of knowledge and experience. Like, they're literally still out working in the field rather than just being a full-time tutor. You know that they know exactly what's going on.
Hello everybody, my name's Alberto Dumba and I'm 21 years old and I'm studying at the Northern School of Art. So I'd just like to talk about my first experience here when I first came here. So at the very start, it was very wonderful and welcoming because I actually joined late because I was filming on a Ken Loach film. So when I came, I thought, people wouldn't really get to know me. So when I came late, everyone made me feel welcome. I had a couple of friends show me about, and my lecturer, Johnny, is an amazing lecturer. He showed me all of the places that I needed to see, and the lecturers here and the staff here are just very friendly. Open days and welcome talks are very important because they let you get comfortable with the place so you know where to go. And also on the welcome talks, you get to meet wonderful staff. Like, everyone's so friendly. You get loads of hi, how are you? And now I get good morning, and everyone's pretty much knows my name because everyone's just so friendly and welcoming. At the start of the year as well, there was a freshers night, which was really good because I got everyone to mingle and like everyone from different courses and different buildings to make friends. And now I have friends from different courses, different buildings, different year groups, and everyone just made me feel welcome. And I feel like once you make these connections, these are going to be the people you're going to be working with, and it's good to socialize with people as well as work with others.
Hello, welcome to the Student Life Talk as part of the Northern School of Art Virtual Open Day. My name's Dan. I'm a student liaison officer at the school, a role which means I work with students from across the school and do bits such as student union and student voice. I'm also joined by Gemma. Do you want to introduce yourself, Gemma?
Hello, I'm Gemma. I'm the communications officer of the student union, and my role is to just communicate the thoughts of the students to the higher up people in the school.
Cool. So have you enjoyed your life as a SU communications officer?
Yeah, it's been fun. Got to go to loads of events, plan events, and yeah, it's been good.
All in your first year too. First of all, we'll talk a little bit about the Students' Union. So the Students' Union is run by students for students, and it means that it's all in the image of the students, and the students kind of decide what it all means. We have 8 SU executives in loads of different roles. Yeah, so we've got Gemma. Gemma who does communications. We've got a student president. We've got 2 vice presidents. We've got an activities officer. We've got sustainability officer. We've got LGBTQ. And it's all in kind of a different role. Do you want to talk about what you kind of do as part of the SU team?
Together, we, like, all of our different sections work together to create a better environment for the students, and we also work like highly on student life. So extracurriculars, we also help plan and organise like clubs and societies, including like board game societies, the LGBTQ society, the Christian Union, things like that.
Yes, there's lots of different like clubs and societies we have. We run activities, and different programs do their own events as well, so they do it for fundraising. So there's like kind of a lot going on, and our main thing is making sure students have the opportunity to create their own student experience, and that's kind of the big key thing for us. Within the school, my role sits within the student experience team, so we have a team that's really kind of all about making sure the student experience is the best it can be. We have loads of clubs and societies as well, such as like kickboxing, self-defense, and it's all driven by what the students want. So it all comes down to what the students want from their student experience. We try to deliver as best we can. So kind of in the last year, we've done stuff like we created a coffee shop, so a coffee shop which is going to be run by the students. So that came from our meetings. So SU, we've got our own student union space. So we've got a bar, we have regular bar nights, and students can put on their own kind of thing as well. You've done some bits before in the past, haven't you, Gemma?
Yeah, I've done a zombie apocalypse night, so we've got actors involved, and it was like immersive, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good, and we've had stuff like musical nights, we've had vinyl nights, and it's whatever the students' interests are, and we put on in the can run alongside the bar night, or It can be external stuff as well. So we've had like running groups, we've had summer balls. There's all sorts going on really. It's kind of, you can get what you want from as much as you put in, you can get back as well. So students really have like a say in what they do. There's also opportunities as well, which is not kind of the SU. So it's you'll get opportunities through your programs and through the wider school as well. So we've had stuff before, like Students on Graphics made a big mural for the Radio 1 big weekend. We've had stuff like Church Street Revival, so we've had exhibitions, loads of exhibitions are going on, students run their own, and we also have alumni as well and students in the community. So we've got like Middlesbrough Weekend, and there's been loads of kind of exhibitions and a lot of students get involved with. Some students went to Chernobyl as well, so plenty of different opportunities. You've done bits for acting as well, haven't you? So
yeah, we team up with local theatres and we go and watch shows there, and then we also perform some shows there, and yeah, we collaborate with them a lot.
Yeah, so working through the ARC and all sorts going on, so there's plenty of opportunities as well. Have you took up much as well in this kind of first year?
Pardon?
Have you took many opportunities in your first year as well?
I worked with the ARC to perform, like it was a rare show, it was called The Home, so we had to work like pretend that we were in a care home, and yeah, it was like an immersive theatre, but it was only performed 3 times globally, and I was a part of that.
Oh, really? So there's that with people outside of the school as well?
No, it was set up through uni through ARC. So yeah.
So there's lots of opportunities that you can do within the school, but really loads of like external ones as well, isn't there? So you can become part of the creative community whilst you're still at the school. So it's a really positive thing. We've had students work with stuff like Killing Eve as well. So costume students have worked on Killing Eve, on Doctor Who. So there's plenty of opportunities. And what we find as well is that a lot of our students not only kind of get involved with the creative community, but they drive it as well. So we've got student staff that run their own exhibitions, have their own museums and gallery spaces, and yeah, there's plenty going on and lots to get involved with. So the last bit we're going to talk about is student voice. So we're really keen on like making sure there's like a really strong student voice. And the way we do that is through partnerships. So for us, it's not just about kind of the school telling students what we want from them. It's partnership, and we get students involved at every level. So we have student rep meetings, we have student assemblies, we have SU, we've got a student governor as well, so student governors elected and they sit on the corporation board. Gemma's been involved with loads of kind of meetings and groups as well, and it means that any kind of decision that's made, there's like a student voice on it, and that's really important to us. So yeah, you've seen plenty of opportunities to do stuff as well, haven't you?
Yeah, and student reps are like, it's 2 in every class, so every voice is heard, which is like key for us.
Yeah, we meet like twice a year as well. So what our main aim is really, you've got a really big opportunity to feedback, and we just want it to be so that the school is in the image of its students, and we have better diversity through that, and we just have a better experience for it too. And we've also got students as well who sit on like national panels. So our previous SU president sat on the OFS national panel. So it means that the voice isn't just heard in the school, and it's outside as well, and just shows us plenty of opportunities to get involved with. I think that's it from us. So we've had plenty of opportunity to talk about student life. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm Danny, I'm on the acting course and I'm the sustainability officer for the student union.
My name is Gemma, I'm on acting level 4 and I'm the communications officer of the student union.
My name is Matthew, I'm on digital design and advertising, and I'm the welfare officer for the SU.
I enjoy being a part of the union. I also enjoy the collaboration of the university as I get to work with multiple different courses for multiple different projects.
Probably the community aspect, because I feel like at this point I nearly recognise everyone as I'm walking around. I speak to people from nearly every single course and everyone's just so lovely. Everyone's so supportive and everyone is here because they really love what they're doing.
I can wander into film or acting or illustration and ask if anyone needs help, or if I can have some help, because I can't draw or act or make films. And there's never a question to it. There's that openness here, and there's a freedom to be who you want to be. It makes life a lot more easy.
Everyone's just doing something they love, and it's nice to be in a community where you can say something like, "Oh, I want to be an actor," and everyone's like, "Yeah, go for it, go be an actor."
I enjoy being a student in the School of Art. It is amazing.
My expectations of this school have been exceeded and still continue to be exceeded with every day, because I'm constantly surprised at the support we get from our tutors and the amount of time they put into everything. And I know that if ever I need help, even if it's nothing to do with work at all, I can go to one of them and I'll get it straight away. And if they can't help me, they'll find someone who can.
I came here to the Northern School of Arts for an applicant day, and I met my programme leader, and he was just so friendly and so down to earth, and he just made me feel like I was at home. And I spoke to a few of the student ambassadors and a few members of the student union, and it just seemed like a place I wanted to be, like a community I wanted to belong to.
It's one of those where you walk into the evening, you talk to the people here, and then everything just kind of makes sense quite quick.
If somebody wants to come here for September, I'd say just come along, come to an open day, see if you like it, because I never thought that I'd like to come to university in general, and so I came to this university on the applicant day and I was sold. So if people want to come, just come down for an open day, a shadow day, anything, just come and see it for yourself and we'll prove how amazing we are.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Chapman and I'm Senior Lecturer in Fine Art. These will be your studios if you come to us. Here you'll have room to develop and experiment. You'll be taught by practicing artists, theorists and curators. You'll have the opportunity to study two-dimensional media such as painting, printmaking and collage, and lens-based media including photography, video and performance. You'll also have a chance to explore sculptural media, including casting, mold making and welding. And our students go on to develop careers as artists, arts administrators and teachers.
Hi, my name is Neil Bushnell. I'm the Senior Lecturer on the Illustration for Commercial Application degree course at the Northern School of Art. It's a long-running and well-respected degree course, and we have students coming to us who are interested in lots of different types of careers within the field of illustration. So we have people who are interested in being comic artists or illustrators for picture books and publication, and for fashion illustration, editorial illustration, and people who are interested in concept art, storyboarding, and working within film and television. My own background is working in animation and illustration for publishing for the last 20 years. So I've worked across a broad range of industries and productions. And that's the same with all of the team, the lecturers on the illustration course. We all have a current and relevant experience within the illustration industry. And we bring those practices and techniques back into the course so that what we're teaching our students is relevant and current and will apply directly to their career within illustration. We have very strong links with industry, and we have regular speakers coming in to talk to our students from various disciplines within illustration. So last year we had Chris Chatterton, who's a picture book illustrator, who came in and spoke to our students, and then also did a portfolio review of those students who are interested in going into a similar route into industry that Chris did. We also have Atom Hawk, who are a concept arts, film and TV and game studio based in Gateshead, who come in the last few years, and they've set a live brief for our students to work to, and that's something we do quite a lot within industries. With our links within industry, we get them to come in and set live briefs for our students, so that they're getting a real world experience of how to work to the confines of what a client requires, and to real world deadlines as well. We have several students who've gone directly into industry, into various aspects of illustration, including working for national publications, newspapers like The Guardian, and we have others who've gone into various aspects of publishing, film and television, and into teaching as well. We also have very close links to the Festival of Illustration, which happens here just outside our studio every 2 years. And it's an international festival where we have speakers coming to us from around the world who exhibit and talk here. And it's a great opportunity for our students to engage with people who are working within the industry and also to exhibit alongside those professionals as well. So, you know, they're seen and treated in the same way within the exhibition as professional illustrators.
Hi there, I'm Olivia Watson and I run the graphic design programme and the digital design and advertising programme. Both programmes run very closely together, and if you're more from an art and design background, then perhaps the graphics programme would be better suited. And if you're more digital, then it would be the digital design and advertising programme. Both programmes work on a range of different disciplines, from social media design, typography, image making, web design, app design, and we run a number of live projects as well. So we run projects with the D&AD New Blood Awards, which means that we have worked with clients such as Adidas, Nike, Teen Vogue last year, and they've been really successful in sort of creating a really interesting and diverse portfolio. All of the staff on the programmes are from industry, so we're all working graphic designers and digital designers, which means the advice that you're getting to develop a really unique portfolio is coming from industry. We work really closely with our students, and we are able to offer a really kind of bespoke one-to-one learning with each of our students to develop something really unique and special about their portfolio. We cover a range of subjects from typography, social media design, web design, app design, and campaign management, advertising. So you'll learn a real range and have a really diverse portfolio within our programs. If there's any more questions, please do feel free to get in touch.
Hi, hello there. My name's Jamie MacDonald. I'm Senior Lecturer of Photography here at the Northern School of Art. And as you can probably see, I'm a photographer and I've just come off a photographic shoot. So what do? I take a picture. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what we do here at the Northern School of Art and Photography. One of the great things about this course is where it's at, is the location. We've got some incredible places to be able to photograph. The course is kind of supported by an amazing range of facilities as well. As you can see, I'm stood in this amazing studio, professional, purposely built photographic studio, one of the best in the northeast of England. And students really love being able to have this access to this incredible studio for the 3 years that they're here. And we have a plethora of amazing traditional film cameras, ranging from 35mm cameras right up to big studio 5x4 cameras as well. So you're inducted in how to use them. And we look at practice, we look at you, we look at developing your voice. Once we give you the skills to be able to make the pictures, we then expect you to go out and do it. Some people like to do it in the studio and they'll concentrate on products, concentrate on people or fashion. And some people like to take the cameras and go out and look at the world and explore the world and make documentary pictures or make pictures about issues that might be outside of here. Traveling, we've had students that have gone off and traveled to India, to America. Recently, we've done some really good stuff with The Guardian. We've had people up from the Sunday Times, photographers. We've had curators coming in from the Norman Parkinson Archive, which is really incredible. We've had visiting lecturers, Tom Stoddard, Peter Dench, who are making a living from being photojournalists around the world. We also align ourselves with vocational people as well. So at the moment, and for a long time, we've been kind of affiliated with the Association of Photographers, and they represent over 1,000 photographers in this country. It is fed into aspects of our kind of vocational nature of learning about being a photographer.
Hi, my name's Mike Boyle. I'm the Senior Lecturer on the Film, TV and Theatre Production Programme. This is our TV studio. What's unique about our programme is that we get to collaborate with different programmes, giving our students a really good experience of what it's like to be in the real world, but in a safe environment of education. students really love the fact that they get to work with other students who are learning their trade, like our students are learning to produce, direct, write, do audio, do camera work and edit, so they get a whole package of what they're doing. We get an amazing opportunity for our students, not only to learn the film and TV, but also to run a theatre. They can do stage management, they do directing, lighting and sound at the theatre. So collectively, they get an amazing thing. The last thing to say is we get loads of guest lecturers and loads of amazing sort of business and client opportunity. We recently have worked on feature films, our students. We've recently had graduates going straight into the film industry, straight into working for BBC and for Channel 4. And we've also had Tom Marshall, a former student, came to do a talk for us. And he's now a writer-director and has recently worked on Space Force for Netflix, starring Steve Carell. So come and say hello, come and look around, and we hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Johnny Bussell. I run the BA Acting for Stage and Screen course here at the Northern School of Art. Our course looks to offer you the drama school style experience outside London. It's a practical course. The first year is all about getting the basics right. So working with you on your voice, on ways of creating characters, on your use of body and physicality. And then that really feeds into the rest of the 3 years of your programme. As you progress on to the second year, we look at things like classical acting and different ways of acting for different media, whether that be to camera or to be voiceovers. And also throughout the 3 years, we encourage you to make your own work, which is really, really important as an actor. We've got extensive industry links. We are the official education partner of ARC in Stockton, which is our local arts centre. Not only do we do performances there, they have a 250-seat theatre where our second and third years perform. We've had a range of guest speakers. We've had Frantic Assembly. We've had directors from the National Theatre, actors who've worked with the RSC and at the Globe. We've also had actors who've worked in massive things on Netflix and the BBC. Collaboration is at the heart of our course. You'll work extensively with the film, TV and theatre students as they will write, direct and then shoot short films. They'll also work on the technical side of any of our theatre productions as well. We also have a set design course. We'll produce sets for our films and short plays. In addition to that, we also have photography courses. So you get really, really high quality headshots for your CVs. So you're ready to go out into industry.
Welcome to the BA Honours Production Design for Stage and Screen programme. We're here to develop artists who want to work in the film, TV and theatre industries. And it's an overarching programme that looks at everything from production design, which is the top job, right, through a pyramid of work to scenic artists, model makers. We'll also develop your technical skills as a designer. We'll look at technical drawing, model making, perspective drawing, things like that. All the tools that people need to be a production designer or work in the production design industry. We're the only program in the country that actually builds scenery. Many get to the level of design, but don't build stuff. But we look at the employable skills our industry partners say that they need. So we look at scenic construction, we look at scenic painting. And in the second year of study, we do a full-scale build where, as you can see behind me, students have been working on a full-scale set for an apothecary. Our course provides professional development for all our students. We do some live projects. We're working with people like Auckland Castle, where we're developing prop food to go on display in the museum. We also do live theatre projects. We do museum projects. Anything we can do outside the institution to try and promote students, and so that students can see what professional development they might need to get in the industry.
Hi, I'm John Noble. I'm Creative Lecturer on the Visual Effects and Model Making degree programme here at the Northern School of Art. For model making and visual effects, we deal with high-end model making, which could be practical or digital, with a range of industry applicable outcomes, such as visual effects, products, prototyping, automotive model making, heritage industry, special effects, you name it, the chances are we can do it. What the students really love about this program is it's the dynamic teaching, of course. It's the opportunities to learn new things, discover new skills, try try processes they've never tried before, and just experiment with industry standard software, materials and techniques. So past students have worked on British Film Institute funded short films. We've had work experience on Sky Atlantic TV, and we have links with local museums and industry. We've had some great visiting lecturers over just the 2 years we've been around. Notably Doug McCarthy, a 25-year veteran of the Hollywood special effects trade. He came and did little workshops with our groups, that was great. And we've had Bentley Advanced Materials, who serve the industry with silicons and plastics and all sorts. And they've done workshops with our students wherein they've all got to try things for themselves. This year, the projects include making a Millennium Bug. We're going to do caricature medical models. We've got a tensegrity structure, and the last thing we're going to do a Macy's style balloon parade right down the high street, using visual effects, obviously.
The creative influencing degree is for any student who wants to develop a career online. So if you're a student who wants to set up their own YouTube channel, market products online, create your own digital products, and then end up being independent so you can run your own business, then this degree is for you. So the first year of the degree, we align with the film and television course. So what you'll learn is about script writing, which is so important for anybody doing a marketing campaign. We'll teach you how to do video editing. We'll show you how to do production. You'll get a chance to work with actors. You'll get a chance to work with set designers, and you'll end up working probably the most creative place that I've ever worked in. In the second year, we'll start talking about marketing. So how to market your products, how to market you online, and how to develop a following. And by the third year, we'll start teaching you about business practice, how to build a business, how to do your accounts, and then eventually launching your own product. So the creative influencing degree is for any student who either wants to be a blogger, generate their own streams of income, be independent in this world. So if that sounds like you, then get in touch with us, ask us some more questions, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, my name's Ian Borden, and I'm a lecturer on the BA Honours Costume Interpretation with Design. Within the programme, we fully prepare students for employment or postgraduate education through a unique study, including everything from design, pattern cutting, construction, sewing of costumes, including tailoring, millinery and leather moulding. We have excellent facilities and space for students studying, including our sewing studios, dye labs and costume study archive, where down there we have everything from Victorian clothing all the way through to modern day that students can freely study. We have fantastic links within industry, which can either be live projects, Bowes Museum, Beamish, Auckland Castle, or work experience. Students recently working on Netflix's The English Game, BBC's His Dark Materials, or within the Royal Opera House. We also have visiting speakers, including Michelle Gallagher from Game of Thrones, Sally Ann Pravan, who's created hats for the likes of Kate Middleton, all a great platform for entering the costume industry. Students recently working on the likes of Doctor Who, Fleabag, Killing Eve, and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child down in the West End.
Hello, I'm Dr. Carol Harris. I'm the faculty lead for Fashion with Body Contour. Students who come onto the programme don't necessarily have to have been able to sew prior to coming onto this course. We teach them everything they need to know, from how to use the machines, how to sew the product together, how to design it, and how to sketch it and present it in a professional manner. We also use the OptiText system, which allows students to create their product on the screen and then see it as a 3D avatar. We've also had visiting speakers in from the UK and around the world, such as Amber Birchart. We have students that have had job placements in All Saints and have also set up their own business. So if you choose to come here, we will teach you all the skills that you need to know to embark upon a career as a fashion designer.
Hi, my name's Jane Hemmings and I'm a Senior Lecturer on BA Honours Textiles and Surface Design. Our programme is for anybody who would like to have a career within interiors, fashion fabrics or gift and related industries in terms of creating artwork and patterns to go onto surfaces and products as either a designer or a designer maker. Within the degree, we explore drawing, image generation, the design process, print, embroidery and embellishment, and the production and construction of textile products. Our resources are absolutely fabulous. We've got amazing print rooms, dye labs, studios, and a wonderful sewing room, and all of our resources are open access, vibrant, and supported by creative technicians. Our lecturers all have extensive industry experience and we're passionate and knowledgeable. Our live assignment and work experience opportunities allow students to get their foot in the door while they're still undergraduates, experience the real world of work, and also to receive really in-depth feedback from industry professionals alongside feedback from tutors. We exhibit internationally at trade shows, and our students also get to do lots and lots of exhibitions and competitions while they're studying with us. Our outcomes are exceptional. Our students go on to working in design studios, they work freelance, they become designer makers and teachers, and also work in community arts and related careers.
Hi, I'm Alison Agar and I work on the Master's degree in Design History here at the Northern School of Art. The MA Design History involves the study of design within a historical, contemporary, critical and theoretical framework. As well as this, the students have the opportunity to work with professionals from the heritage and museum sector, working on live briefs and projects. We've welcomed lecturers from all over the world, including New York, Paris and Budapest. Through doing this course, students have the opportunity to develop their academic voice through academic writing, academic research, as well as gain skills in project management, curating and digital skills for the future industry.
Hello, I'm Dr. Carol Harris. I'm the faculty lead for the MA Creative Design Enterprise. This is an exciting new programme which allows students to carry in-depth research into their business, ideation and final modules. The Research Methods module allows students to investigate areas of research that will inform their further practice. The Business module introduces students into the business aspects of setting up their own business and developing a product from the beginning to a final piece. The Ideation section of the module will help students create a product that is unique, different, and has a place in the market. Students then carry on through the year to produce this product as a three-dimensional piece. The final piece will be presented to an industry panel to assess its viability within the chosen marketplace. We have visiting speakers from around the world that come in and give students an insight into their fields and areas.
I'm Johnny Bussell. I run the brand new MA Directing and Performance practice. Now this MA is perfect for any graduate from a acting, drama, theatre studies or English degree who's got a real passion and desire to go into directing or theatre making after graduation. The course begins by looking at a wide range of the theoretical ways of making work or the theoretical concepts around ways to direct work. After that, you will then apply that theory to a range of different projects. These include working with actors on text, adapting work for theatre, theatre and multimedia, and also devising work. As you go through the course, you'll have the opportunity to collaborate with the BA acting students so that you get that experience of working in small groups with a group of actors. but also you'll be able to collaborate with your peers on the Masters to create your own work. As the course progresses, you'll have the opportunity to have a final major project working in whatever style you want. And throughout that, you'll have complete autonomy, being supported and mentored by professional actors. We have a wide range of industry links which all feed into the programme and will support possible placements where appropriate. This is a really, really exciting MA, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing some of the fantastic work that students make on it.
Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Latcham and I'm the Student Services Manager. I'm just going to take you through a short presentation to tell you about the support that we can offer you here at the Northern School of Art. So the Student Services team are there to support our students with their wider student life outside of their studies. They're there for advice and guidance on practical things such as travel, finance and living independently, but they're also there to help with small or larger things that are not academic, but if they're left, can start to have an effect on their studies. The support we can offer can range from practical to emotional. Practical things like how to find a local GP, how to register with a dentist, or what to do if the washing machine door's stuck, or advice on finances or on how to get a TV licence. The more emotional aspects can be things like a shoulder to cry on, someone to vent to on a bad day, or just someone to talk to that's not family or linked to friends, or it can be more formal emotional support. We're easily accessible, we have an open door policy and you can just pop in to see us, although some of our services do require an appointment. You can email us, we've got lots of information on the VLE and in leaflets, and now we're also available on Teams. So these are the types of things that we can offer support on. We support our students with disabilities and health conditions. We can offer financial support, support with study skills, mental health and wellbeing, pastoral and welfare support and accommodation. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about each of those things. So for our students with disabilities, we offer advice on disabled student allowance, on the process and how to apply. And if this applies to any of you, please do apply as soon as possible because it can take quite a while to get the support through. We also liaise with our lecturers and work with them to ensure that any reasonable adjustments that need to be made within the studios are in place, or any resources that you need are in place as well. A lot of support at HE is provided by external organisations, so if needed we can help in liaising with those support providers as well. We can also offer financial support, again through the process of applying for student loans, and also advice on evidence needed and that type of thing. We can also provide advice and guidance on budgeting and support. If our students turn up and have forgotten their purse or wallet, we can offer short-term loans so that our students don't go without their lunch that day. We can also offer long-term support for any unexpected financial costs that may crop up during the term. On site, we've also got a specialist study skills advisor that supports our students with dyslexia, and we have got a high percentage of our students that do have dyslexia, and I think that's probably due to the strengths that dyslexic people bring to the creative field. This support is funded through DSA, but again, we can help you through that process. And if you don't have any formal evidence of dyslexia, we can arrange for an assessment for you. The support is one-to-one, and that can include things like spelling strategies, organisation and planning. And obviously that's dependent on the needs of the individual student. In terms of mental health and wellbeing, we have an on-site counsellor that's available to all our students, and she can support with a range of emotional and mental health issues. And they can range from things like homesicknesses to more in-depth diagnosed illnesses. It is a confidential service. We also do a variety of activities to support wellbeing, and we're building upon that year on year. Our pastoral and welfare support is the most difficult to explain. We class it as a one-stop shop because it can cover absolutely anything and everything, any issue that can impact on academic study. But it's basically any issues that our students can come across in their wider student life. Sometimes students need a little bit of extra support or more specialist support, and we would liaise with external support organisations to make sure that the students get the best support available. The other thing that we do offer support in is accommodation. The Student Services team help with the halls of residence, Crown Halls and Tighton House, which you'll hear a little bit more about in a short while. But we also work with private landlords to make sure our second year students and third year students or first year students who don't want to live in halls have a good standard of accommodation to live in. So there are our contact details. As I say, we are there to support our students right through from application, right through enrolment and right through the student journey. So please do feel free to contact us. Our halls of residence offer students that first step towards independent living, whilst also having the comfort of knowing there is support close to hand should it be needed. All our halls of residence are fully furnished with a standard set of furniture and cooking and laundry facilities within the communal areas. All bills, heating and electricity are included, so there are no additional costs. There's free internet access all throughout the halls. Entry to the halls is by a key fob, which is issued to the students at the start of the year. And each building is provided with a dedicated phone line for reporting any maintenance issues and a 24-hour call system in case of emergencies. We have 2 sites for our accommodation, Crown Halls and Tighton House. Crown Halls is in the middle of the campus with easy access to both ends of Church Street. It's close to lots of local facilities, bars, shops, restaurants, cinema and even the beach. And it's also just up the road from the train station. At Crown Halls there are 2 different types of accommodation provided. At Tees Street we have 2 blocks of 21 ensuite rooms over 3 floors, and each floor has 7 rooms and a large communal area. At Tower Street we have 2 townhouses, each with 7 rooms, which are a mix of ensuite rooms and some rooms with a shared bathroom. Again, there is a communal area for socialising. We also have a number of fully accessible rooms for any of our students that have disability or mobility issues. At Tighton House we have 44 self-contained flats over 4 floors. Each flat has its own kitchen area and bathroom, but there is also a communal area on each floor. The flats range from standard to large, with the large having a separate living room. Tighton is just a short walk away from the campus, just the other side of the shopping centre, so it's still close to all local amenities. Our halls are great value for money, costing from £104 a week for a standard flat at Tighton to £115 for an ensuite room at Crown Halls.
Hello, my name's Nicola Anderson and I'm Finance Administrator here at the Northern School of Art. Apologies folks in advance, this is probably not going to be the most enthralling element of your open day, but I'm afraid it's necessary. After the excitement and inspiration of the last hour, it's time to give the finance talk, to give finance and info regarding how a student may fund their degree. I'm going to literally run through this presentation very quickly as they've only given me 5 minutes. I think they don't want you to be bobbing off in the middle of it. So those are my contact details here at the Northern School of Art. There's my phone number and email address if anyone's got any questions at any time. So most of our students apply for student finance to fund their degree. They can apply for the tuition fee and also a maintenance loan. The tuition fee is £9,250 per year and it's not income assessed, so anyone can apply for it no matter what the household income. Maintenance loan is an amount that is loaned to the individual depending on their requirements and household income. A maintenance loan can be applied for without providing financial information. So there's a basic amount that you can apply for without having to prove any evidence of income. If you want to access the maximum maintenance loan, you will need to provide your parent or sponsors who are living in your household with their income details. Eligibility for student loan is that you need to be a UK resident for the last 3 years and must not have studied a degree previously. Students can apply for a maintenance loan to help out with their living costs. How much they get depends on where they're living and where they're studying. They can also apply for a higher amount that's based on their household income. So this screen just sort of gives you a rough idea, and it's based on last year's and this year's maximum loan. It will slightly increase for next year, but only by a couple of pounds each year. So you can see how much you can possibly get if you're living with parents, if you're studying in London and not living with parents, or if you're studying outside London and not living with parents. This information is available online at Student Finance England website. Now this is a breakdown of roughly how much you may be able to get for a maintenance loan depending on your household income. So whatever the household income of both your sponsors or one sponsor, whoever lives with you, you just look at the income on the left hand side and scroll along to your circumstances, and it will tell you the maximum loan that you may be entitled to. It'll just give you a rough idea of what may be available when you're thinking about coming to study a degree. So tuition fees are paid directly to the Northern School of Art, and the maintenance loan will be paid directly into the student bank account at the beginning of each term. So September, January and roughly March, April following the Easter break. If you need to pay your own fees, you must contact me directly and we will sort out a payment plan, usually monthly or termly, depending on your individual circumstances. MA funding, so a postgraduate master's loan. Again, you can apply to Student Finance for your master's degree with help towards your course fees and living costs. You can get up to £11,222 if your course starts after the 1st of August this year. This is paid in 3 termly instalments directly to the student, and the student must then agree a payment plan with the school to pay these fees over the year. Repayments. So at some point, once you've finished your degree or MA, you will need to think about repayments, but not until you're actually earning. You'll pay 9% of the amount you earn over the threshold of approximately 26,575, and 6% of the loan you earn after the threshold for postgraduate loan. If you do not pay anything back if your income is under the threshold. So if you don't earn that amount of money, you would never pay it back, which presumably won't happen because you will be earning over that. Interest starts to be added to your loan when you get your first payment into your bank account in the September when you first start your degree. Next, I'm going to go on to bursaries. So I've created this slide. It's for a bit of fun when I'm doing this for students to try and capture their attention, because bursaries is free cash. So everything we've talked about so far is in loan format and one day will have to be paid back. The bursaries from the school are actually free cash from the school, and once you've received it, you will not have to pay it back. So there are several bursaries available. These are all on our website. So you can run through and see which ones apply to you, and they can be used for anything that the student needs. So accommodation, materials, educational visits, living expenses, whatever the needs are. The maximum any one bursary can be in one academic year is £1,000. The bursary payment dates are paid out at the end of each term, so we recognise that students get their loans at the beginning of each term, and by the end of each term they usually need money desperately. So we put the bursaries in place for the end of each term into the student's nominated bank account. So that's it from me for now. We're now going to watch a short video while we get in place for the question and answers section. Thank you.
My name is Moeder Sperenboom. I'm studying costume level 5 currently, and I'm from the Netherlands. We don't really have any costume courses in the Netherlands, and this was just the best one that I was able to find with a small uni that I really like. My interview was through Skype, but I did come over before to do, I think it was a workshop and like a tour around the uni, and then I really knew that this definitely was the uni for me. The people are great, the teachers are great, friends are great. It's been great living in Hartlepool with my friends. It's just been an amazing experience so far. For millinery, I created 4 hats with the theme Magnific Millinery. So all hats are quite big, either in symbolic meaning or decorations, just big hats. So the first hat is this witch hat. It's made from buckram. I made all the flowers myself. It's made from velvet. So yeah, it's just a really nice hat. And then this one with the beads over here, it's a medieval hennin. It's inspired by a medieval headdress that was worn. All the pearls, all the crystals, everything has been hand sewn on. That took me like almost a full week. I made the trimmings myself as well. It's definitely the most time-consuming hat, but it's also the hat that I'm most proud of. And then at the front, I've got the red cinema hat that's been decorated with lots of feathers. I had to dye, cut, glue on all the feathers as well, which took another very long time. But I'm very proud of that one. It's inspired by the Kentucky Derbies. And then the last one is a felt hat. It's inspired by 17th century cavalier hats. So it's got like a big black feather on it. And yeah, it's just great hats. I've done a lot of work experience already. Over Christmas, I designed and made 4 costumes for a girl group in the Netherlands that are currently performing all throughout the country. I've worked on a few sets over the last year, and I'm also doing commissions on the side. After graduation, I would love to open up my own studio, so I'm currently working on a report that's really investigating if I can open up my own studio, if there will be a demand for the costumes. But yeah, I definitely would like to open up my own studio.
So, welcome back everybody. You can hear my voice, but you can't see my face, but I'm very much here. I'm going to be going through the questions and throwing them out to the panel. And yeah, let's make a start. So, the first question I've got here is about clubs and societies, and this student wants to know, can they start their own society? So, do you want to explain, Gemma, how that works?
Yes, so you can start your own society. I'll explain the student union first. So the student union is run by students for students. So if you wanted to run a society, simply just run it by the student union, which anyone can apply to be in. There's multiple different roles, but yeah, you just run it by a student union, and then you'll talk about the logistics and stuff like that, and yeah, you're more likely to get it passed.
So say a similar question, someone's asking more specifically, is there any musical clubs here?
Yes, we're actually just starting up a musical theatre society, but as it was starting up, the COVID got in the way. So yeah, there is societies, there's multiple different ones as well. There's like game societies, the LGBTQ+ society, there's so many, I can't name them, but yeah, there is multiple different ones and you can start your own, yeah.
Thanks, Gemma. So we've got another question here about the COVID situation and whether the studying process has been affected because of COVID. Has it been affected in your experience?
I think it has, but it hasn't in the same way. So it has because obviously things have changed in the sense that it's got to be socially distanced, everything's cleaned more. So we've got to like wipe printers down, hand sanitize everywhere, stay 2 meters apart. But in the sense of actually learning, I don't feel like anything has changed. I think I'm still learning as much as I could have done if COVID wasn't a thing.
And I think it's important, Liam, to mention that we are open for business. We are teaching in person, so very few of our lectures are actually digital at the moment. The majority of our contact time is direct in person with colleagues in the room here and with the rest of our academic colleagues working with students in socially distanced settings, within studios, within seminar rooms, and occasionally some online digital for the larger lectures that have more students from different programs involved, like our contextual studies.
Out of the 16 hours contact time, only 2 of them are online. perspective.
Yeah, good point.
Great, thank you. So we've got somebody here interested in studying in film and TV, in the TV and film industry, and they're asking about what opportunities there are in terms of work experience, and I suppose this can apply across all courses. So does one of the faculty leaders want to take a shot at that?
I mean, specifically in film and TV, we have lots of students go out on different placements. We also have, for our third year degree students, they have a mentor system where they're working with filmmakers from the region and outside who support them in the making of their final major film, which then becomes part of their showcase, part of their film festival, which is in one of our local sort of independent cinemas. But within the film course, there is one module that is specifically about live projects, working with professionals, which can be anything from doing documentaries to doing an advert to doing a music video. And that's across all of the courses. Is we encourage and we support students to find their own placements. We have opportunities to come in, like in acting, students have worked with different theatre companies, but also if a student gets their own professional placement, then we'll try our best to fit their learning around that as much as possible, because we want you to have the best understanding and experience of the industry, so you're ready to go into it as a graduate.
Yeah, we've got so many contacts with industry that we really do find and support, as well as get the offers in from our contacts wanting students to go and do work experience. So I mentioned the person who made Villanelle's pig head for Killing Eve. That was a piece of work experience which is outstanding. We have had people in as diverse places as working on Gentleman Jack, the film production, TV production. We've had people working in the RSC. We've had people go to the Royal Opera House, all on work experience from our theatre and screen faculty.
Okay, so this question is for Olivia, I think. They're asking what kind of facilities are available for the illustration and graphics courses.
So, unlike lots of other universities, what we do really pride ourselves on is our studios, and that's very different from other institutions in the sense that you get a space to work, and that might seem like something you haven't even thought about yet, but it's so important to be part of a design studio when you're working. I know personally my best work is produced within those studios myself, rather than on your sat in your bedroom sort of working alone or on your work. So within the illustration graphics building, both programs work really closely together, and we have a beautiful building full of studios, and the students can pretty much just come in, use the studios as and when they want to, and sit where they like, work where they like, and kind of choose the spaces that they work within. And that's really great for the productivity of their work, and it's a really cool and interesting building to be in, and like I said, it really kind of brings out everybody's work. There's plenty of Macs, there's lots of digital equipment, there's lots of Cintiqs, there's lots of drawing tablets, there's always pens, paper, everything you're going to need really to be able to get in there and get really stuck in and work within the facilities we have there. We also have a large print studio where you can go and use screen print and use Rezo and do any kind of print technique that you want to kind of experiment with. And on top of that, we do things like model making and animation and motion graphics with loads of different mixed media. So whether you're really into kind of picking up a paintbrush and seeing how that kind of works within graphics and illustration, it's equal that you might be really interested in sort of taking a digital pathway as well within those modules, and every student kind of comes out with a really unique portfolio because of the range of facilities out there.
Great. If a student's wanting to apply to us, do they need to have subject-specific experience for their preferred course, or can they apply and come along to an interview without that kind of specific experience? Is it open to all?
Yeah, I mean, for example, within acting, obviously there's been sort of a reduction in the amount of colleges and secondary schools that are doing like drama. So we've got students who've studied English literature who've come onto the course, who haven't necessarily had that as their sort of set course, and Similarly, on the film course, students maybe haven't directly done film can sort of come onto it. And what we really want is you've got like enthusiasm and passion for the subject. Maybe you do stuff externally and outside of your studies, and you can sort of feed into that. As long as you've got the passion, you can come to us with like sort of examples of some form of work. And you know, we don't expect you to come here knowing everything. That's the point of you coming here, so we can train you up and get you ready for stuff.
And I can definitely vouch for that as well with digital skills. Don't be afraid to come here with an art portfolio and want to be working in the digital field. All of those skills are taught here, so you don't need to be a graphic designer or a filmmaker or anything to be able to come into this institution. You can really be having an art portfolio and just a passion for the subject.
Thank you. So we do have Adele Catchball with us, who is a graduate from a few years ago now. 2017. Yeah. What made you want to do textiles? What made you choose Northern School of Art as a destination?
I've always been interested in art since I was younger, and I started my creative journey at the Green Lane campus in 2011. Stayed there for 2 years, and then actually went to a different university further afield for a year. Decided that course wasn't right for me, the place wasn't right for me, and then I transferred back to our Hartlepool campus. I came back here because I had been to Green Lane and I knew how friendly it was, I knew how great the contact time was, all the facilities, everything that everybody's just said. I knew it was going to be the right place for me, basically, so I thought I'd make that decision. It's led me to where I am now.
Fantastic. Olivia, someone interested in graphic design are asking about a year-long placement. I know we've touched upon placements and work experience, but can they do something for as long as a year on graphics?
So there is always the option to defer for a year to come back, and if there was a really great opportunity, we would certainly promote and support you with that decision. What we tend to find, though, especially with our students on placement, is they do lots of placements, and they do one almost every year. So they get the opportunity to have 3 small placements, which realistically looks really fantastic on your CV. And so if there was a year-long placement, I know that some of our students have applied to go to Adidas, for example, and they've looked at placements there that are for a year. But there's also lots of ones that are sort of shorter. So yes, we'd support you, of course. But there is the option, flexible, to do lots of different things, and it's really great to kind of have that option to do lots of small placements. We had students last year working on the creative review front cover, for example, for the January issue, and that was through a placement and working in a graphic design house, and getting to see their work on something as prestigious as the creative review was a fantastic job. So I think it depends what you want to do with your placement, but yes, we would always support kind of your creative venture, and there isn't kind of one thing that fits every student.
Thank you, Olivia. We have some students watching the open day from our sister campus, our FE site over in Middlesbrough, and this question is coming from a fashion student. So this is for Carol. Are the fashion studios similar to the ones that are at Middlesbrough?
Yeah, they're set up in the same way. They are all set up like a small studio, so there's industrial equipment in there, sewing machines, mannequins, cutting tables, that would allow you to carry out the design process for fashion.
Thank you. Teresa, somebody has got a cat, and can they bring them into the accommodation? What's the rule on pets?
Unfortunately, no. We don't allow any pets at all in the accommodation. So that's cats, dogs, fish we've been asked for in the past, but unfortunately no. In our halls of residence, if students were desperate to bring a pet along with them, some of our private landlords will allow pets, so obviously we'd have to discuss that with them.
Okay, I think that just about wraps up the questions from here. I haven't missed anything off, no. Oh, there is one more question about student numbers on each of the courses, and do we have any kind of capacity levels for those?
Okay, that's probably best that I answer that one as giving an overview. I said at the start when I gave my talk that we are relatively small, although the same size as a university faculty. That means that we do have smaller group sizes. So you might expect to have a year group on your subject of something around the mark of 20. For some of our programs, it's more popular and they have a double group size, so they're around about the 40 mark. It varies. We don't have capacity because one of the joys of the facilities we have here is we've got lots of space, which has also helped us to keep on delivering in a socially distanced way through the COVID emergency. So most of our programs, we look to have around about 20 people in a year group, and we can double up on when we need to. So they're still quite intimate. You get the contact time and you get that personal time in terms of progression tuition and tuition around things like your dissertation in final year. So you get a very personal approach from us, and the group sizes don't cause a problem. We are, for some subject areas, bringing groups together digitally that are larger, where there is commonality across some of the subjects, and that just makes sense. You know, talking about art history is talking about art history, for example. So, yeah, you can occasionally see large group sizes, but within your program area, and especially at the moment, you're talking 20 or so.
Thank you. So great, that wraps up the open day. We hope you've enjoyed it and you've found all the information that you were looking for. We do have members of our recruitment team that are available on our live chat facility on our website, so do get in touch with us in that way if you do want anything to ask. But thanks very much everybody, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.